Hi, my name is Pat, and this is my channel, Book Chat with Pat, and I'm glad that you're here. Today I'm going to be doing an original tag. This is the Rock On Rap Song book tag created by Nicole at Nicole's Bookish Nook, and I was tagged by Nicole. Now, Nicole said in her video that it doesn't matter if you're not a fan of rock or rap, and it doesn't matter if you don't know the songs that are listed in each of the prompts. The song titles are just used to suggest prompts to enable us to talk about books. So here we go. Number one, It's a Hard Knock Life by Jay-Z, a fiction or nonfiction book about an orphanage, a poor family, or an orphan. I picked Dickens' Great Expectations, featuring the orphan Pip, who I think is probably the quintessential orphan in literature, certainly in Dickens literature. Number two, Walk This Way by Aerosmith, featuring Run DMC, a favorite book of yours that blends genres. For that, I picked Daniel Mason's North Woods. This is a novel that he wrote in this last year, which definitely blends and combines many different genres. It's part historical novel, part detective fiction. It includes poetry, songs, journalism, medical reports. Just about any genre you can think of appears in this book, and I thought it was a wonderful work of fiction in this last year. Number three, Just Lose It by Eminem, a book that you think is funny or ridiculous in a bad way. I couldn't really think of anything that I had read that I think is ridiculous in a bad way. I've certainly seen some titles written by some people who definitely have a political agenda, and their views are very different from mine, and their titles sound ridiculous, but I don't want to dignify them by even talking about them on the channel. So I couldn't think of anything that I have read that I thought was ridiculous in a bad way. Number four, Thunderstruck by AC/DC, a book that shocked you in a good or bad way. Well, for that, I have Beth Macy's Dopesick. And the subtitle is Dealers, Doctors, and the Drug Company That Addicted America. This book shocked me in the most horrible of ways. And if you have been touched in any way by the opioid epidemic, this is a must read. Number five, Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses, a book about LA or a book that takes place in or around LA. Well, I really like classic crime fiction, and I have two books that one I read a long time ago, and then reread it recently, and one that I've read relatively recently. Two classic crime novels that are set in LA. One is Walter Mosley's Devil in a Blue Dress, and the other is the classic by Raymond Chandler, The Big Sleep. And this is one that I read like 40 years ago, and then I just reread it recently, both set in and around LA. Okay, number six, Gimme All Your Lovin' by ZZ Top, your favorite romance book, or if you do not read romance, your favorite couple in any book. I guess I don't really read romance. In fact, when I was participating in the I'm with the band book club reading of A Court of Thorns and Roses, I think that was my first ever romantasy. It's not a genre that I really read, but I can definitely think of couples that I have loved in the fiction that I read. One of them is Janie Crawford and Tea Cake in Zora Neale Hurston's Their Eyes Were Watching God, which is a classic that came out of the Harlem Renaissance. Another favorite couple comes out of one of my two favorite Hemingway novels. This is from A Farewell to Arms, and that would be the character, the couple, Catherine Barclay and Frederick Henry. And probably my favorite couple would be Elizabeth Bennet and Fitzwilliam Darcy in Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, a novel that I taught every year and that I've read more times than I probably even know. Number 7, Fight for Your Right to Party by the Beastie Boys, a book centered around a celebration. Well, the plot of F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby is centered around several parties and social gatherings. Some of the parties are hosted by Jay Gatsby himself, but truthfully, all of the characters in the novel keep convening at various parties or dinner, gatherings, just a lot of social gatherings, one after another, where, for the time, illegal alcohol is flowing freely. The novel was certainly meant to give a picture of the roaring 20s in America, and Fitzgerald centered the interactions between the characters at a series of drunken celebrations. And because I have just reread Shakespeare's Macbeth for Shake-Tember, I thought I would also talk about kind of an infamous celebration slash, I guess, dinner party, banquet that occurs in this play. Macbeth is hosting all of his nobles at a major banquet. And this is after he has been named king, after the King of Scotland, King Duncan, has been murdered. So Macbeth is having this dinner party, and there's one empty seat, and that's where Banquo is supposed to be sitting. Well, Banquo hasn't shown up at the dinner party because he too has just been murdered. And then all of a sudden his ghost appears at the banquet. Lady Macbeth doesn't know what's going on, but Macbeth is becoming increasingly more distressed because he sees the ghost that no one else seems to be seeing. So in an effort to cover for her husband, she tries to tell all the nobles at first not to pay any attention. He's got this illness and this happens every now and then. Don't mind him, But then as Macbeth continues to rant and rave, and it is clear that Lady Macbeth can no longer contain him, she tells all of the guests that they must leave immediately. Her husband is very ill. And then she tells her husband that he has displaced the mirth of the evening with his rantings. Party over. Excuse me. Number 8, Firestarter by Prodigy, a book that has fire in the title or has an orange and red cover. Well, Morgan Talty's new novel, Fire Exit, is perfect for this prompt. It has flames, red flames on the cover, and the word fire in the title. Number 9, Humble by Kendrick Lamar, a fiction or nonfiction book that left you stunned at the audacity of the main character or the writer. For that, I have chosen the nonfiction work by Patrick Radden Keefe, Empire of pain, the secret history of the Sackler dynasty. This work of nonfiction about the Sackler family depicts their role in creating the opioid epidemic in this country. And it certainly shows their audacity. This is an outrageous and despicable group of people who have, really gotten away with murder. And number 10, tag people. Well, anybody watching, again, you don't have to know the songs, you don't have to know rap or rock. Anybody watching who would like to do this tag, please consider yourself tagged. And as always, I'm going to tag some people as well. I'm tagging Renee at Beyond Books, Gavin at Genre Books, Stuart at Stuart Griffin, Ellen at Ellen Made Book Club, Gareth at Books, Songs, and Other Magic, Angelia at Read and Reread, Kevin at Kevin Toll Reads, Nigel at Reading Ideas, Alex at Alex Unabridged, and Debs at Rainer Reads Stuff. And again, if you are interested in this tag, please consider yourself tagged and do this so we can let this tag get some traction and start spreading it around. During the course of the week, I hope to be able to produce some videos about my Ireland travels. I've come back a bit sick. I was a little bit sick at the end of my travels, and I'm a bit under the weather right now, but I'm going to be working on my Irish content in the days to come. As always, I thank you for watching. I hope that you're doing well. I'll speak with you again soon. Take care.